This is Austin Hein. I'm the Director of Political Operations with the National Association for Gun Rights, and I just want to give you an important update. President Biden is launching a new assault on the Second Amendment, and he's doing so via executive order. That's right, because Biden doesn't actually have the ability to get any of his nonsense gun control laws through Congress, thank God. He's doing so by side-skirting Congress entirely and using executive orders. This is like the favorite tool for tyrant presidents, trying to avoid the constitutional processes that the founders wrote and instead trying to do it all himself. Figures. Now, this executive order is unlike the executive orders we've seen in the past from President Biden or President Trump or President Obama even. This is far worse. What Biden is doing here is essentially creating a whole new law, trying to expand the background check law passed in the 90s, the Brady Bill. And according to his own fact sheet, this is literally all he says about it, is that he wants to direct the Justice Department and Attorney General Merrick Garland to move as close as possible within existing law to universal background checks. Now, for those who don't know, universal background checks, it's a code for universal gun registration. Because how this background check process works, it involves your name, your social security number, your date of birth, and a serial number on an individual firearm. And the government stores these files. That is a registry. Well, now Biden wants to expand that registry however he can, because he's got some vague idea of some sort of background check loophole that has been the boogeyman for the left for years. And what he's doing to do that is what we suspect anyway, is that he's going to broaden the definition of what it means to be a firearms dealer. So currently, the law is kind of vague as far as what actually constitutes what a firearms dealer is. So Biden's Justice Department may be changing that definition a bit to expand on it, which could possibly wrap you or I up as firearms dealers. And that's the real scary thing. If I want to sell a firearm to a friend who is a law-abiding gun owner, now I might be constituted as a firearms dealer and subject to federal regulations. What Biden is trying to do here, and make no mistake about it, is he is trying to ban the private sale and transfer of firearms. And that could even be a father to a son. It could be a friend to a neighbor. It could be any sorts of instances of what we would enjoy as normal freedoms of transferring firearms are now illegal and possibly with felony criminal penalties. We're not really sure exactly what this policy will look like, as Biden just announced it today. And you can take a listen to his press conference here and see that what he's talking about is pretty vague.
First, this executive order helps keep firearms out of dangerous hands, as I continue to call on Congress to require background checks for all firearm sales. And in the meantime, my executive order directs my Attorney General to take every lawful action possible to move us as close as we can to universal background checks without new legislation. It's just common sense to check whether someone is a felon, a domestic abuser, before they buy a gun. The executive order also expands public awareness campaigns about the red flag orders, laws, which my son, before he died, Attorney General in Delaware, was a great proponent of and instituted. So more parents, teachers, police officers, health providers, and counselors know how to flag for a court that someone is exhibiting violent tendencies, threatening classmates, or experiencing suicidal thoughts that make them a danger to themselves and others, and temporarily remove that person's access to firearms.
As you can see, Biden gives zero clarity to what this process actually is. But according to the White House fact sheet, basically, they're trying to move as close to this universal gun registration as possible. But that's not all he said in the press conference. The executive order goes far beyond that. Biden is also trying to expand on red flag laws using the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. The Bipartisan Safer Communities Act was the gun control bill that was passed last year in the Senate with the help of 15 Republicans. It was the largest gun control package in 30 years. Thank you, GOP, for that. And what the bill does is it creates a grant program for red flag laws across the country. Now, currently, there are 19 states, plus the District of Columbia, that implement these red flag systems. And what red flag does is it basically creates a gun confiscation system that allows you to be reported by a neighbor or a former friend or a relative that is someone concerned about you. They can take you to a secret court hearing without your knowledge, and you could be stripped of your gun rights without any notification. This is an extremely dangerous policy that's gaining traction in lots of states. And what Biden appears to be doing is trying to encourage that in more and more states, using whatever avenues he can. It's clear that the president, having no ability to influence Congress, is instead using the shotgun approach to gun control, trying anything and everything possible to take away your Second Amendment rights. Furthermore, President Biden made clear in his press conference that he intends to target firearms manufacturers. And this should be of concern to you as well. If Biden can't take away your individual rights, what he's going to do is try and prevent you from using that right in the first place. So that means he's going to target Remington. He's going to target Glock. He's going to target all these gun manufacturers who are providing a service to the American public by letting you arm yourselves in self-defense, and instead trying to prevent them from even operating in the first place. This is a very, very dangerous tactic that the president is using. Now, again, we don't really know exactly what this policy is going to look like. But in the coming days and months, we should have some more clarity as far as what this policy is in writing from the Justice Department after they run it through their millions of lawyers and lobbyists tied to the gun control community. If you want more updates, make sure you're liked and subscribed to this channel, and you're taking action by using the petition link in the comment below. There's a pinned link to a petition where we're going to be petitioning the Justice Department to try and push back against these executive orders. It's clear that the president is overstepping his constitutional ability. Biden's continued attempts to get gun control laws through Congress haven't worked, but that doesn't mean he's going to stop trying. Biden once again called for an assault weapons ban. Never mind that the shooting which he's trying to address, the one that was in Monterey Park, happened in California, which already has an assault weapons ban. But that doesn't matter to Biden, who is just simply interested in taking away your God-given rights. Make no mistake, today's actions are just the beginning. President Biden will not stop until your Second Amendment rights are completely eviscerated. Today's executive orders are the largest package of anti-gun executive orders maybe in the history of the United States. And Biden does not care about the constitutional repercussions. And until he leaves office, we're going to be dealing with this for a long time. If you want to take action, make sure you're clicking the link in the description. Make sure you're visiting gunrights.org and joining as the National Association for Gun Rights member. We're going to be talking and working with our legal team to see what actions we can take there, as well as pushing through our avenues in Congress and doing whatever we can to pump the brakes on this unconstitutional executive action. If you want more updates, like and subscribe to our channel, follow our Twitter page, follow our Instagram and Facebook pages, and make sure you're subscribed to our email list. As always, thanks for watching.